Good morning. We are live. Hey, Joe. Good morning. How you feeling? I will trade today for tomorrow. Really? Yeah. I'm assuming that means still not 100%. Hey, Joe. What is going on, Ken? Good morning. Yeah, we're actually here in rain all day. Not much. You excited for graduation? I am. Hey, Ryan. Good evening. How are you? Lame. Congratulations, sir. Yeah, thanks, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, we're pretty excited. We yesterday was basically I I ran a couple of errands in the morning and then headed into Boston to go pick up some family friends, my daughter's godmother and godfather came in, so picked them up, came home, grilled up some shawarma, and then hey, Tom, good morning. Yeah, good, thanks. Hey, happy to hear that. Had dinner, and by 9 o'clock I was like spent. It is an inside. It's actually at the DCU Center because it is one of the larger schools in the area. Just finished a somewhat decent, tidy in the hobby room. Ooh, so feeling productive. Wow, that's good. Wish I could say the same. As you can see, trashed, and this is only part of it. So the other side probably looks a little better. Let's see. Oh, my boss had her baby. 6 pounds, 11 ounces. Happy baby boy. Nice. Congratulations to her and her significant other. That's fabulous, Joe. Do we have a name or is that still an unknown? High school graduation already. Yeah, Tom. And I'm telling you, Tom, you're going to blink and it's going to be yours. Emma's next. Okay. Yeah, my workbench is still a state, but I can now walk all the way to the end of the wall. Nice. I love it. Yeah. It's going to happen to you too, my friend Ken. So you blink and it's like, ooh. You know, my older daughter is turning 23 in another month and change. Before you know it, she'll be a quarter of a century old. You think about that for a second, right? Hudson James. Morning, Nick. How are you? Excuse me. Yeah, I'm getting I'm sure. Sorry, guys. I'm getting my ass handed by the remnants of whatever it is that I had. And I'm sure some allergies. Just always a tickle in the back of the throat. Forgot swim bad's name. That's Ken. Ken. Lame is Ryan. Left with questions is questionable. Otherwise known as Nick. All right. Give me a second. Sorry about that, guys. It's me, Ken. I don't remember anymore. If you're asking me if what people, I don't know. How many months has it been now? 15th, April, May. It's been 2.5 months since I've been off of Instagram. I forgot. Remember, Instagram is dead to me until I need it to come back to life. And I hope that'll never be the case. It's not important. What's fascinating is how much I've enjoyed just honestly, just congrats on being sober. Yeah, exactly. It's fascinating how much I've just enjoyed doing this and not even worrying about just the rest of the social media stuff. In fact, it's been almost all YouTube at this point. You know, I don't know. Just like I said, it's been a good thing. Now, will I jump back on at some point? Yes. Everything comes in cycles or waves or however you want to call it. But for right now, perfectly fine. I think the written word is dead, Egon. Yeah. Well, hence that's how democracy dies, though. I've said this many times before. I have a very hard time with reading. I'm a very slow reader, extremely slow. That's why I believe, like, I'm so thankful that there are audiobooks. I do read articles where possible. I do read news clippings, news articles. Things that like in particular books, it's very hard just because I just can't. It takes forever to plow through a book. But at least other stuff I try to get through on a regular basis. But I think reading is so vital, and it's something that's getting so forgotten. And why do I need to read a book when I can have somebody tell me something on TV or I'll scroll through TikTok and there's my news. It's like, really? That's how you get your. I think feeds are bad, and that's part of it. And that's, in fact, again, I don't want to belabor the whole Instagram thing. I don't miss it. I guess it got so bad with Instagram that not only did you start getting, I don't want to see this stuff. I'm just not interested. I don't want to see these ads. You're making all these suggestions of people I should be following. It's like, how about the people that I am following? How about starting with that? But my understanding is, I guess Instagram and Facebook have become the opposite of that. People no longer go there to actually see friends and family work. They go there to be entertained. It's like, well, then there you go. It's not my platform. So I'm going to do my usual pictures, no socializing. Yeah. But that's in my opinion, that's kind of, I think, sort of the from my perspective, it's sort of the ass backwards way of doing things. That was what Instagram was about. It's about sharing photos with others, not just friends and family. I mean, obviously others as well, and to see other things, but it's become the flip. Try to read though these comments every day. That's a school teacher challenge. Yeah, dude. And the writing is kind of tiny, so it's like I'm at the right a little further back, and it's problematic. It's kind of hard to catch some of the stuff. I just ignoring the train noise. I guess. I don't know that. I'm wondering if at some point maybe there's some psychological studies. Can one fully ignore it? I don't know that you can. Even when you scroll by it, right? Even when you scroll by it, it's still there. All right, backpack is now glued on. What I'm going to do is touch up. I'm going to probably use some surfacer this morning to get some of these minor gaps filled in. I think when I was gluing the backpack on, a little bit of part separation came up. So I'm not sure if it's going to show. You can actually almost see a faint line right there. A little bit of part separation came up. So I'm just going to surfacer that. Surfacer a little bit around the backpack too. Anyway, happy Thursday, everybody. Anybody got anything special going on today themselves? Surfacer looks good on camera. Just send it. Just sand it. I could. I think there's not enough glue down below or enough material being bonded together below. Tempting, but no. Laptop is much more complimentary of your looks. What? Are you saying that it's because it's probably got a little bit more fading going on or something like that? You're picking up less nooks and crannies? Makes me look younger. YouTube makes me look younger than Instagram. Just send it? Send it to where then? Never said sand. Okay. Okay, so hold a second. Looks good on camera. Just send it? Where am I going to send it? Like flying? Slowly going into madness today. Yeah. Hope Joe, just dive fully right in. Just get there. Be done with it. Let us pick up the mess. Having your left side of your face be on the actual left make the world turn. That's funny. Wow. That was corpo tours next week. Oh, you get to do those? Oh, that's interesting. You. All right, surfacer. No, they come here to judge me. Judgy. Actually, before we get to that, let's take a look at the hose too to see that see if there's any damage I need to quickly fix up. Yeah, a little bit right there. Back. Let's get the saw on this thing quickly. Second, guys. Yep, see where we have to. I get a little bit of cleanup done. Hey, Peter. What's going on, brother? The color temperature is cooler on the laptop. Everything look yellower with your phone. Yeah, I've seen that too. It looks a little bluer. Yeah. Hey, Sean. What's going on, brother? Instagram or YouTube, the camera doesn't watch. Sean, first time I hear from you in a while, that's what you got to say. What's going on, brother? Good to see you. Showing your age means, here we go. Man, what, all the ages things are coming up? Hey, guys. Oh, my God. Showing your age means a little less care. Yeah. Since on a laptop camera has lost a few pounds. Did you get to use Labial? I did not. I'm going to have to find a way of using it. It has to get incorporated into it. I'm good, thanks. How you doing? I'm good, right, brother. No major complaints. Still working on models. Still just trying to do my thing. Can't complain. How are you? What's going on in your world? Since it's been a while. I got to tell you, that word just still wigs me out. It's a word that should not be used in any context except sexual. But I know it's not meant in that way. All right. Slather some stuff on. Flather. Slathering. Doesn't love surfacer. I love surfacer. This may be one of the greatest products ever introduced in scale modeling. I'm just saying. I love it. Get your mind out of the gutter. Get your mind out of the gutter. I can't. Oh, I'm sorry to say it, but I can't. There's another word not to use. Touche? I don't know. That one actually, I guess it I know the where that came from, given that it's French. Well, labial. It's French. Well, labial. All right. Let's get that done. Clean up. One thing I do miss with the phone that you don't get on the laptop is a view of your desk. Your bald head seems to go on for miles. Just, you can't please everybody, especially you guys. Labial. That's what I said. Oh, I'm sorry. Is it labile? As in bile, as in what's in your stomach. Labile. Labile. Check out your analytics. Dude, Peter, it was a conversation yesterday about the word labile, which I'm like, that does not sound appropriate. It is still so, that word is still wigging me out so much, I even forgot what the definition was. I'm going to have to look it up again later. Yesterday, I did a little bit of updating on our website, and now, of course, Wix is like tagging me, like, hey, by the way, hey, by the way, hey, by the way. We do vocabulary words on Wednesdays. Oh, we should. I don't think that's a bad idea. Ken, you may have to be the word of the day master. Not that everyone's mean comments about me, about treating me so poorly. I know. Peter, wait till they get old and all the youngsters start picking on them. Bastards. Stop picking on Firm Guy. Oh, shit. I did forget to do one thing. I guess I was going to do this too. Let me do a little bit of cleanup first with the thin cement. This is going to have to wait until tomorrow. New Word Wednesday. I just got here. I'll be mean in a minute. That's right. Let the coffee kick in first. Yeah, we try and learn new words so we can use them Thursday night. We'll talk about that in a second. I've been playing Cyberpunk and listening to the history of how we got to that point. Corporate wars sounds like it is happening, but it's worth a listen to. I thought you were saying liable or labia. Well, that's why I had a mini heart attack. Well, that's how it kind of came about. Hey, Edwin, good evening. Peter, it's all in good fun. Let's put it this way. You think I can't dish it back out? No. You think I can't dish it back out? Of course. All right, let's take a peek. Yeah, this is that actually kind of helped a little bit. All right, I've got it fixed. I've got to now just go in there tomorrow and lay down some surfacer. But that can wait till tomorrow, or maybe just try sanding it and see if that takes care of it too. Let's see. Good evening, hello everyone. What's going on, Edwin? I'll be mean in a minute. Ray, thank you. Thank you for being mean in a minute. Joe is the meanest of the old fools here. It's because all the rest of you are young. There'll come a time you too will be like this. Get off my lawn. All right, let's see what's next. Can't do anything with the body. Got surfacer, hose, all set. Let's do testing. Yeah, let's do a quick test here. So I'm going to have to do some gap filling. Well, that I don't care about, I guess, ultimately. That has to get some gap filling. So those holes, I'm sorry, right there, where the hose kind of fits in. All it is, the hose has a pin. So I can get that there. Has a pin on the end. You can actually just see it right there. That's it. So I don't need this massive slot. So I'm going to fill that in with something. I might just put down a piece of plastic in there. We'll see. Let's see. Raymond Fittipaldi. Dinner time. Running to the meatball stall before it's sold out. Sounds like a good plan, Edwin. George has rock salt in his shotgun. Yes, I do. And I'm not afraid to use it. Picked up my first pla plate and primer today. That's what's exciting. Oh, that's good. First time. Oh, I love it. You're going to have fun with that. I love pla. I have next Wednesday's word picked. Oh, do you really? Nice. It has to be a surprise. A total and utter surprise. And do you introduce it in a sentence or not? All right, let's see. Patching. How do I want to patch this? My little scrap bits box. Get rid of that wire though. Put that right there as a reminder to put it away. Is it alopecia? Tonight's live stream will be at a dairy farm and utter surprise. Yeah, tonight's live stream will likely be in the afternoon. It is possible I may try it around 3 o'clock. Since at 7 o'clock I'm going to be at the graduation ceremony. Graduation starts at 6. I doubt I'm going to be able to get back in time, and I wouldn't plan on it. So it's likely going to be closer to. It'll probably be 3 o'clock. to say, but I'll be at work. Oh, good for you. That is weird for you to say. Oh, this will work. Might be just the right thickness. Bread tabs make great they make great where the fuck did that come from? Pieces. Give us an update so I can take lunch when you go on. Yeah. If I can confirm it, I'll probably I might even set it up as a reminder if I have the wherewithal. It's just going to be a pretty busy morning. Obviously, we have guesting over, got to get ready for tonight's festivities, all that stuff. I'll be doing a little bit of entertaining. You should live stream the graduation. Yeah. I don't feel comfortable doing that. Could I do it? Possibly. Will somebody do it? Maybe. I think actually the graduation is being live broadcast. So if you want to see it, if somebody really wants to see it that badly, just go to the, I think it's under the Holden TV channel, the local public channel. I'll watch at work. I'll be in a meeting, so give me something to do. Oh my God, don't forget to post on Blue Sky. Yeah. I'll think about it. Not. Suppose I should go back on Blue Sky one of these days. One of these days I will. As I said earlier, Ray, you might have missed it. I'm kind of been pretty okay with not having a whole lot of social media stuff going on right now. Get rid of this note. Don't really need to see that anymore. Got it. Okay. Let's cut a piece here. In fact, I really don't even need a pin. I mean, I know where this is going to go. Wait, what time are we ranting at the world today? I didn't learn a new word for nothing. We are, I'm going to probably do it around 3 p.m. Eastern time today, would be my guess. Would be my guess. Not alopecia. No, it won't be alopecia. We need something totally new. Oh, man, that coffee's going in good today. I kind of need it. All right. Let's see. Yep. Just going to go in there. I'm going to jam it in. And then whatever's left over, I'm just going to hack right off. Thin cement. By the way, the Switch 2 launched yesterday, and I saw a bunch of people lining up for it. Okay. I guess, is that a big thing? Because I'm assuming this we're talking about the little portable gaming console, right? People are lining up. Yeah. People line up for everything. Get it now. You probably won't see any for the holidays. Jimmy jam it in there. It's not wide enough, but that's okay. The rest of that gap I can fill in with CA afterward. It's barely big enough to have grown men waiting in line in the middle of the day. Well, yeah. Well, Tom, I think it's kind of obvious why. They buy 5 of them and they sell 5 at an exorbitant rate. It might be more profitable, honestly, to just go to a street corner or an intersection. I'm just saying. I choose not to buy a new console. Yeah. You should see the line to get ice cream. Yeah. Crazy shit. Crazy stuff. Remember years ago when I was working at Tweeter, I had a customer who came in that he kind of did that. He went out and, he would do that on a regular basis. I think, what was it in the late 90s? Was it a Teddy Ruxpin, or there was some, whatever toy it was that was out there that was pretty big. I think it maybe like an original PlayStation or something like that. He would actually do that. He would actually go out and buy a bunch of these things and then turn around and sell them. And in fact, I think he once said, yeah, I actually bought a couple of them, was going to give one to my kid, my nephew, something like that. And he's like, yeah, I ended up selling it instead. I'm like, okay. They only allow 1 each. So yeah, we'll see. Sure. They're doing that with Pokemon cards. Look, it's nothing new, Tom. This has been going on forever today. When I was many years ago, again, when I was collecting Star Trek Playmates figures, it was the same thing. Or if you go to if you go to the aisles and people used to complain about, why is it like the Hot Wheels cars or the hot Star Wars figures or what have you are always gone? Because what you ended up having is either people who worked at these places or their buddies come in and literally pilfer through the boxes so that they can get the special, the limited stuff or whatever. That's just the nature of how it works. He wasn't here for Cabbage Patch Kids. I had mine. I still got my Cabbage Patch Kid. Is doing a lot to prevent scalping. I hope you're right. When money involved, then everyone is trying to get a piece of the cake. 100%, Edwin. Yeah, that's it. Tom, everything works great in theory. Everything works great in theory. Go ask Mike about Hot Wheels treasure hunts. Oh, I've heard that. He's talked about that quite a bit. Yeah. It's always been that way. It'll always be that way. I'm not trying to sound like a Debbie Downer about it. That's just the nature of it. How do you stop it? You people, they're the worst. No, but they are human. Things I didn't have was the Rapcore Engineering Lab from Generations and the Bridge. The Warp Core, sorry. Rapcore, try again. Warp Core Engineering Lab from Generations and the Bridge. From Playmates? Really? I don't think I had the Bridge either. I got almost all the figures. I actually have to go through one of these. I'm going to give those all to my daughter. She's pretty excited about that. They're hers. In fact, if she wants to just grab them right now, they're all hers. And actually, if I ever get my wife on here, she can tell you how those things were displayed when we were engaged. She lived through a lot of interesting shit. Was indicating people aren't scalping, even though people are limited to 1/4 of the people online is just there to get one to sell. Yep, exactly. Fucking stupid. Here it is worse. There is Hot Wheels Mafia. Really? Your truck was missing for 3 days. They sorted through all the new boxes and took out all the good ones. Really? No kidding, Edwin. Are you serious? Wow. It's collecting thing worse. Yeah, Pokemon is a game, not a collectible. It's a collectible card game, Tom. Notice the word collectibles in there. My hope is someday we will rise above these kinds of petty things and start to understand these are just things. They might be limited things, but they're just things. You know, and if you don't get your PlayStation 15 now, guess what? It will be there at some point. There we go. It'll be there. Wow, this gap on this side, on the left side, is much, much larger. All right. So all I've done is basically just jammed in a couple pieces of plastic in there, Addictus fillers. And then what I'll do is sand them up, cut them out, sand them, and then just keep them flush. Maybe drill a pinhole inside, but I don't need this massive slop that's just going to take up all that. That I'll need to fill in later on afterward. I don't want to fill it in, excuse me, while the after the hoses are glued in. It's possible I might paint the hoses first. 3D print the Torpedo Bay, Medical Lab, and bunch more now. I want to get the Delta Flyer. Ooh, cool. Ooh, that sounds kind of cool. The Delta Flyer, yeah, actually, yeah, I'd be cool on that. That's a phrase. I don't think the word is in Japanese listings. I have no idea what I must be missing something. When money is no longer a concept. I don't think we'll ever get to that. I just hope we get to a point where it's a lot less. Not kidding. Heard it from a friend who collect Hot Wheels yesterday. I just watched why we collect. And at what point it just became consumerism. Yeah. And look, I'll be the first to admit, guys, I mean, I lived through it when I was younger, you know, in many ways. And I've certainly been very much thankful to my wife, who was like one who for years was like, why? You know, she's like, why are you doing what's the point? And then after a while, it's like, fuck, yeah, she's right. What's the point? So I don't know. You need some kind of a bartering system. You need some way of getting, I've got A, you've got B. We need to make something happen. I get it. But I will say it again. Capitalism, straight up, it always plays to our worst natures. Make wampum great again. Yeah, see, Tom, I mean, Ken, I think you're right. Let's do that. This became consumerism. Yep, I remember the commercial for PlayStation 2, which was a commercial for PlayStation 9 as an inhalant to play games, then goes until here's PS2. Really? I don't remember ever seeing that, but ooh, that's wild. Yeah, rampant consumerism, bad. But I guess if there's one thing that's going on right now in the world, it's all being pulled back. Being pulled back, unless of course you're ridiculously wealthy, which is maybe the biggest problem. Topic for later today. All right, so we've got those pieces glued in on either side. You can actually see them there. I just thin cemented. Let me see if it might be dry enough. I can just now put on some surfacer. Yeah, let's do that. Do-do-do. I could have just sanded this, I guess, but nah. I want to do more than just sand it. Those two lines do look like they're not quite coming together the way I want. There we go. Now I collect and build Gunpla with the first question: do I want this or do I need it? And then when am I going to do it? Yeah. Interestingly enough, Edwin, I'm glad you bring that up because there are a bunch of things that I'm interested in from like P. Bandai, the Farsia, which it looks great, but it's like, but looking at how much I've been enjoying snapping together stuff, Gundam in particular, it's if I add more of it, is it going to enhance my enjoyment having that one? And the answer is no, it's not. Don't get me wrong. It's like there are a few things that I wouldn't mind having, but it's like if I look at that list of maybe 5 or 6 of these things, it's like, do I feel like if I don't get these things, I will have missed out? And it's like, no, I don't think so. and I'm trying to move more and more into that. It's like, look, I got, and I know, look, I'm in a place where I've got more than enough models and I'll be able to build it. And I understand that collecting is part of the hobby. I respect that. But I think we all have to start just understanding it's like, maybe you don't need it all. And I'm not preaching to anybody else. This is preaching to myself. It's like, George, do you need this? And I'm starting to find a lot more. The answer is no. Anyone collect the Close Encounters cards in Wonder Bread circa 1978? Oh, the Wonder Bread cards? God, I haven't heard that in 40 years. But yeah, I used to collect some of that stuff. They had stickers, pennants, university pennants, Disneyfied pennants that were like plays on like UPenn, and I can't remember what it was. But it was like something that had to do with Disney. Oh yeah, Ken, those are fabulous. God, not only do we not have the bread, we don't have the little stuff that went inside. I do remember those. Backlog, you're closing in on a warehouse. I am. Backlog is big enough. I don't need new kits. I know. And again, I'm not saying I'm not being hypocritical, but I am being honest, at least with myself, and just saying I'm slowing it down, and I'm asking the question a lot more every day. Do I need this? So, it is good when people actually come out and just say, you know what? Yeah, maybe I have been a little much in this, that, and the other. It's like I'm kind of saying I'm correcting my behavior. Later, Nick. Have a good one, brother. Enjoy the rest of your day. The psychology of collecting is to control one aspect of our life, but we need to have healthy boundaries. I am selling a few kits. That does not speak with me anymore. Yeah. Well done. My goal is still to build every kit that I have. And at some point after I'm gone, get rid of it. Donate it. Give it to the club. Give it to other people. Somebody is going to do well. And I collected everything, non-sports card, 3 complete sets of the 66 of Mars Attacks, Twilight Zone, Outer Limits, Kojak, and bunch. Wow. The original Mars Attacks cards. Yeah. I picked up a bunch of those when they were reprinted in the 90s. Right after that disaster of a movie. All right. We got Surfacer now on the hose. That one's done. That one's done. All right. Let's see if we can maybe start looking at what we're going to need to do with the arms. my goal with the arms was to have them holding a gun, holding the rifle in one arm, and then supporting a sign in the other. Let's see. Let's try and seeing what this will look like. I think that might work pretty well. I should probably put that on my will. Either sell or donate the build and paint those kits. Yeah. 93, 94. Tops Mars attack when a high scream, save the world. Take that, Tom Jones. Nice. Yeah, Edwin, honestly, I really want to start getting rid of the comic collection. And the only reason I haven't is just it's the effort of doing it. I need to get rid of that stuff. I got to find it. I got to make the time to get rid of that garbage. And I say that not in a, yeah, I mean, it sounds negative. It's like I'm done. It's just like I moved beyond. It's just taking up space. I'm going to sell some stuff. Yeah. I just want to move this stuff on. It's just like it's not important in my life anymore. And I think that's part of what it is. You know, if it's something that is important to in your life, long as I can't sustain the interest. Yeah, that's Tom. I think you kind of put your finger right on it. I don't have the interest anymore in certain things. Like I don't have an interest in comic books. I don't really care for any of that stuff. So getting rid of it. In fact, when I was going even through my server, when I was kind of doing some prepping of transferring files, it's like I'm looking at some of the movies that I've had. You know, it's like, am I ever going to rewatch like a certain movie? And the answer is no. I didn't care for it the first time. Delete, 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 delete. You know. Tom Jones, the restaurant in Philadelphia, or the person. I need to get a new mountain bike. What's wrong with the one you currently have? Mine's pressing on 30 years now, and it still rides well when I ride it. Get rid of a lot of comic books. Yeah, I want to get rid of all of mine. Not all. I would say probably like 95, 98% of it gone. I want it gone. I don't need it anymore in my life. Don't care. It's not important to me anymore. And at one point it was, you know. You know, one of the, you know, it in many ways that when we make it such an obsession, and I'll admit, it's been a lot. Collecting has been in some ways, it's an obsession, right? And I remember when I was really into that stuff in the 80s and the 90s in particular, and then even in the early part of the 2000s when things started to change, you know, I started rethinking stuff because my wife was correct. It's like you don't need everything. You don't need all this shit. You know, when that kind of came about, you know, that you start realizing how much it can become almost like a not just an obsession, but it becomes sort of like your new god. You know, focus so much energy on something like that. That you start to, in some ways, lose perspective on the world. Go a little longer today, only because I don't have to rush to go upstairs. I'm gonna get some of this stuff sanded, maybe get some of these arms kind of figured out, and then I'll head upstairs afterward. Tom Jones in that horrible movie. Yeah, oh, I remember. The ones I'm interested in, I got graphic novels. Yeah. Yeah, in many ways, I'm sort of in the same way. I'm, you know, like I'll probably unload my Akira comics at some point and then pick up like the graphic novels just to reread them. But at the same time, maybe not, because it's not like the Akira comic was great, but is it great enough that I'll reread the entire series? And the answer is probably not. Easy mantra is if it is not a clear yes, then it is a no. That's absolutely. Or, you know what? If it's not a clear yes, I'm not sure it's a no, don't do it now. Come back to it at a later point. Right, Edwin? Always enjoy not rushing. Yeah. Yeah. I think, but again, we've been programmed in so many different ways of just saying, oh my God, it's in front of me. It's like P. Bandai, limited time only. You got to go buy it. And I'm using that as the example. It's not the only one by any stretch of the imagination. You keep them at pristine level is tiring as well. Yeah, 100%. I think I can try and sell stuff to book off. I would love to actually have somebody come in and offer me pick up my entire collection. I'm trying to just again just catalog it, which is like the hardest thing. Okay, we're almost there. Hold on to the ones that I would reread. Yeah. And there's a few and there's a few that I think are kind of special that I wanted to keep, and whether they have value or not doesn't really matter. Like Cerebus. I've always been a Cerebus fan. I've always loved the artwork. I would like to reread and actually finish reading the series. The Spirit. But the majority of the Batman stuff, Spider-Man stuff, just get rid of it. It doesn't resonate with me anymore. I gotta go for now. I need to work on the Tau Commission. See you tomorrow. Edwin, thank you. And Edwin, thank you so much for chiming in. I always appreciate your thoughts on these things. So thank you so much. Have a lovely rest of your evening, my friend, and we'll see you tomorrow. I never try to rush to buy things. It will be there. Someone will have it. Right. And if I don't have it, is my world going to end? Right, Joe? Is my world going to end? No. No, it is not. Okay. There we go. That's looking nice. Let's see. It's why it took me a few months to pick up a new models. Sometimes now, if I don't get the PG new, my world is over. Over! Really? I will say, for a guy who owns the Dendrobium and really wanted to get the Dendrobium, now I kind of and I appreciate that I did, and I will finish it, and I'm sure it'll be an impressive thing when it's done. But now it's like it's just another model. It's just a big honking massive piece of plastic, but it's just another model, right? Well, life have been so far so good without it, but certainly we'll say central air is a big change in comfort. Yeah, again, there's certain things, right? I'm not disagreeing with that. There's certain creature comforts that I think we're all like, I'm not saying I can't live without it, but yeah, I really do like that. Like for me, it's lighting control. I love having lighting control in my house. A little bit of automation, just stuff like that. It's like, okay, this kind of it works within my lifestyle, and I'm happy about it. Could I live without it? Sure. All right, so this thing has gotten gap filled. This is the remember I mentioned there's like a little notch. I may end up putting a little piece of plastic in there. I love it. It's over. It's a beautiful sculpt. It's the Michelangelo of models. Really? Until the next one. I'm looking at the Dobman, the O. It's much more reasonably priced. Is the Dobbin unit a reprint, Ray, of the Bandai molds, or is it a completely new sculpt? Okay. This may require a little piece of plastic. And we're also going to label this. This is going to be left. Left. Okay. Honestly, don't know. I do know it's $60. Yeah, it's $60 if it's a good reprint, like a really solid one. Yeah, okay, fine. I mean, I hate to see that kind of very blatant theft, but if it's $60 and it's a completely new mold, at least as good as the standard master grade, it's like, wow, that's a bargain. Okay, doing the hands. Let's get. This is the left hand. Oops. I think. Oops, I guess I forgot to bore that out. Let's get rid of that, shall we? Bastard file. Sorry, guys, give me a second here. Pull that out. I got to do a better job of sorting out my files here. It's bootleg of the original. Is it? We've had it for years, so I'm sure someone did a review. Could be. Curious. Notification. I got to send a reminder out about tomorrow night's meeting that I will not be attending. Actually, I'm going to use these. Fly, be free. All right, my friends, I think I'm going to bail. I'll work on this tomorrow. Just want to see my older daughter off before she goes to work. Okay, we'll finish this tomorrow. And with that, we're calling it a session. We're calling it a session. Guys, stay safe and stay sane, everybody. Thanks for being on this morning. I do appreciate it. Good conversation. That's what it's about. You know, this to me is what makes this, adds enjoyment to this. And I do appreciate when everybody chimes in and helps kind of like furthers the convo. So with that, my friends, I will be back on again tomorrow. Later, Joe. Later, Tom. Guys, go out there and do good. World is broken. Do something about it. Make it a good place. Make it something special for somebody. Don't vilify them. Don't treat them like crap. Go out there and make their day. Brighten their world. Help them. Don't vilify. Okay. With that, I'll be back on tomorrow. Same time, same channel. Enjoy the day, guys. Love you all, and I'll catch you on the flip. Peace.